I must say CES this year has actually got me a little bit excited because it's the first time, we haven't had to look at 8K TVs again that nobody's using.
Yeah.
But I've seen probably three things, and they're all based around exactly this sort of thing. So it's that Intel, the credit card sort of computing. It's the fact that car manufacturers now are all getting on board, not just with self-driving cars, but now they're bringing in whole ecosystems into the car. And when I say ecosystems, driver well-being, monitoring your e-health, stress levels, attention, everything through sensors in the wheels, through cameras looking at your eyes, all that, is now coming into the cabin. So that's just, to me, that's amazing. There's also a whole lot of robotics going on now, and all of this centers around Internet of Things and AI, which is finally coming. And I think when we look back in history, thank God we didn't get 16K TVs this year. This year's CES is probably the start now, I think, for the next 10 years of seeing all the AI developments. And I think they're going to be amazing.
Well, you can even go into things like VR and AR as well. Like, say, like you mentioned the car, the idea of a heads-up display that's a bit more three-dimensional, or just happens to pop up exactly where you need it, so that it's not distracting. Or you get other developments like VR worlds where you can sample things without having to go somewhere, that we've talked about in the past. The AR stuff's interesting, augmenting things that, maybe you can sort of see how, it's just bizarre because the AR thing, as an example, you could see so many applications for it, but the first one that seemed to take off was Pokemon Go, of all things. So, sometimes these things go in a more trivial way. Although Pokemon Go seems to, I don't know, I haven't seen people hanging around under bridges as much as I did a couple of months ago, so I don't know if it's died off or not. But it is becoming, I think, more... Maybe that's another important point to point out, is that it's becoming more conscious to the public, this type of technology.
Yeah, that's it. It's filtering in. And one thing on your small credit card sized computers, there's an interesting one. I forget what it's called, but I think it's for cruise ships. But it's like a medallion you wear, so it's in obviously a controlled environment. You walk around, it has your drink preferences in there, all the things you like to do, whatever. And as you go around, it learns what you do while you're away on the cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
And, so it just speeds up every process and logs everything. And so that's the sort of thing where, when you're talking about those small computers, that's the Internet of Things. It's learning your behaviour, and then it can talk to any other devices in the room.
Yeah.
And, anything from ordering you a drink before you get there, nice cold beer after being up on deck in the sun, or maybe like a bowl of fries to watch the sunset with.